Have to start another song. Fort Valley State. So we're going to take our first and only pregame timeout, back with the starting lineups and all, right after this here on 94 Sports.
Taking on our Georgia Southwestern State University Hurricanes. Now to honor America, Brandon Thomas, a music major here at Georgia Southwestern, will perform our national anthem.
A different configuration. If you follow Hurricane basketball here with us throughout the years, we've had tie-ins to the stadium announcer, which is Thurston Clary for that part. But this year they've got everything moved all to the scores table, if you're familiar with that. Before, the media and everybody was set up across the way, but this year they have bleachers put down on the floor for the students to sit down there, hopefully to get a more cozier atmosphere, is what I've been told. So this is the first year working out all the bugs and things of that nature. So we're good as far as that goes. We've got power, we've got all that other good stuff as we get ready for the introduction of the Hurricanes. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear them in the background, but we're going to give it a shot. It They played at Fort Valley State this week and came away a winner 72-68. And we've also found out that earlier this afternoon over in Columbus, I don't know whether it was a tournament or what, but the GSW Lady Canes were victorious 81-60 over Albany State. It will be Michael Graham jumping against Jamari Dean, and the home opener is underway. Whitley in the backcourt will walk it up. Coach Aaron Combs stands. There's a drive to the hoop. Is no good, but the stick back is up and good by Jamari Dean. 2-0 Canes on top. Middle Georgia quickly in the front court. Working the left corner down low. Spins. Little floater off the back is cleared by the Canes. Quickly down the floor goes Jalen Cameron. Cameron going all the way, got tripped up just a little bit, throws it, but he stepped on the baseline, and it'll be Middle Georgia ball. Just underway, 19:22 to play here in the opening half. Canes lead it by a score of 2-0. Home opener here tonight. Middle Georgia in the front court, working the left wing. Canes in man-to-man at the moment. They get it down low to the big man, Graham. Graham kicks it back out to Edwards. Edwards on a drive off the glass, won't go. Stick back is up and good by, I believe, Graham. We'll have to double check that. So they do give Graham credit for the stick back. 2-2 your score. Canes work it down low. Spin move in the lane, stripped. Recovered by Middle Georgia. The Knights quickly into the front court. Knights come in with a record of 4-3. Canes 1-0. Down low, kick it back out. Long three-pointer is up and good by Chancellor Lockett. Middle Georgia takes a 5-2 lead. 18-28. First half action. Home opener. You got plenty of time to come out. Just underway. There's a jumper from the baseline is up and in by Jamari Dean. He has all 4 points so far. It's 5-4 Middle Georgia. Working around on the outside is Anthony Edwards. Edwards swings it for a long three-pointer. No good. Run down, however, by Josu Pashas. They got a 15 on the shot clock. And I don't think it drew iron. Canes great defense. Ball hits the official, and it will belong to Middle Georgia with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounding will be Ejon Owens. Owens gets it into the backcourt to number 5, Anthony Edwards. Edwards got away with an elbow, or did he? No, he didn't. I believe it's going to go. Oh, they're going to go the other way. They said Jalen Cameron was going to be guilty. That is it'll be Middle Georgia ball with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. On a drive, in the lane, the floater is up and good by Michael Graham. Graham has 4 of the 7 Middle Georgia points. Bringing the ball down for the Canes is Kalen Whitley. Whitley gives it up on the left wing, back out top to Whitley, down low. They go inside to Jamari Dean. Dean dishes off. Now Leaner off the glass, won't go. Big scramble for it. Middle Georgia comes away with it. 7-4. Knights on top. A drive all the way and won't go. Boards cleared by Dean. Dean quickly gets it into Abdul Dial. Dial gives it up. Canes drive baseline. Shot is up and good by Solomon Thomas. So it's 7-6. Middle Georgia on top. Knights work it around. Now driving baseline. Canes quickly, a great defense, knocked the ball away, and it's recovered by Dial. Dial, great bounce pass, lead up and good by Thomas. Canes regain the lead. It's 8-7, 16:28 to play here in the first half. Canes stay in that man-to-man defense. Middle Georgia works it, dishes to the right wing. Now the drive, poked away from behind. Last touch by Middle Georgia. It'll be Cane ball. Substitution coming in for Middle Georgia be number 2, Jawan Smith. out of Jersey City, New Jersey. 8-7, Canes lead it, 16-13 here in the first half. Inbounds comes in to Kalen Whitley. Whitley got his plays. He dishes over to Cameron. Cameron back to Whitley. Whitley's going to drive, got pressured, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds, but not before Michael Graham picks up his first foul. So we have a timeout on the floor with the Canes. Cane ball right in front of the newly formed bleachers for the students. Students making some noise. Canes running the offense. Nice pass inside to Jamari Dean. So Dean has 6, and the Canes extend the lead to 10-7. Number 2, Jawan Smith, who's just checked in, is running the point now for the Knights. He gives it up to Owens. Owens out top, swings it around right side to Edwards. Edwards still looking for some help. He bounces it inside, got away from it, and it's an easy layup for Michael Graham. Graham has 6, and it's 10-9, Canes on top. Middle Georgia has already played a couple of ball games as well. They are 4-3 so far. So they got 7 games under their belt coming in to the Canes 1. Canes run the offense. They work the right wing. Now on a drive, they dish over in the corner. Now it's another corner possession. Shot clock with 3 3-pointers, no good. Rebound control by the Knights of Middle Georgia. There's a stop. A jumper from the free throw line is no good. And the Middle Georgia Knights save it. Smith has the ball again. Now low to Graham. Graham working against Jamari Dean. Now they'll dish it outside to Edwards. Edwards jumper won't go. Dean with the rebound. Into the front court quickly is Kalen Whitley. Whitley goes all the way for the easy 2. Canes lead is 12-9, 14-13 left to play in the first half. Into the front court is Pashis. He dishes off for the Knights. Knights loses the handle, but they get it back, and an easy stick back by Anthony Edwards. So it's 12-11, Canes lead. Canes in the front court. On a drive, now dishes, passes knocked away, but recovered by the Hurricanes' Abdul Dial. Dial back on a drive, now passes again, knocked away. Great hands in there by Middle Georgia. Middle Georgia in the front court now slows it down. Out top to Pashis. Pashis gives it up to Owens. Owens back to Smith. Smith might have got away with shuffling his feet, but the inside shot is up and good, and Middle Georgia reclaims the lead at 13-12 with 13-11 to play in the first half. Canes in the front court. Whitley Over to Solomon Thomas. Thomas back to Whitley. Whitley to Thomas. Thomas with a long three, in and out. Boards controlled by Jamari Dean. And we have a whistle down low away from the ball. So we got our first sub in the game. Devon Higgs is in. And Whitley. So it is going to be Solomon Thomas. Gives it up to Cameron. Cameron back to Thomas. Thomas at the top of the key. Dishes off to Jamari Dean. Dean with a three-pointer off the front iron. Boards controlled by Smith of Middle Georgia. He runs into traffic. Canes pick his pocket. It's going to be a breakaway dunk for Jawan Smith. For Higgs. Higgs, number 2. Now a three-pointer is up and way short by Middle Georgia's Pashas. Canes lead it 14-13, 12-14 to play first half. Canes, great defense. Hands in the passing lane, knocked the pass away. And a great dunk by Higgs. Thomas walks it down. Thomas, nice move behind the back dribble. He's in the lane, dishes over for a three-pointer from the corner. In and out, boards controlled by Graham of Middle Georgia. Long pass down. He pulls up, dishes outside for another three-pointer. And this time it is good. Middle Georgia takes the lead 16-14. 11:40 and counting here in the first half. Canes in the front court, working the right wing, back out top to Thomas. Thomas drives, trying to dish it off. It went off the foot. Middle Georgia recovers, and now a drive all the way down. Nice defense, but they're going to call a foul on Higgs. That will be his first, team second, I believe, if I'm keeping this right, which is highly doubtful.
At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded chicken, unless it's hand-breaded chicken with sauce. From sweet to savory, mild to wild, even that world-famous Zax sauce. Whatever you're craving, we've got the sauce at Zaxby's.
Been to the line so far, and he misses the first. Well, just wrote it down on the wrong line. Owens will get one more. He can increase the lead to 3 if he is successful, and he is. So he's 1 of 2, extends the lead to 3, 17-14, Middle Georgia, the Knights on top. Canes into the front court during the timeout. Kalen Whitley checked back in. Whitley, corner to Cameron. Cameron back to Whitley. Back to Cameron at the top. Cross court we go. Canes working it outside. Now down in the corner right side. Back out top. Nearly a steal Back in the corner and up a drive baseline. Shot up and no good. Stick back, however, is no good again by the Canes, and the board's controlled by Middle Georgia. They had 3 opportunities but couldn't punch it in. Middle Georgia swinging around outside. 3-pointer on the way is up and good by Christopher Parker, a junior from Sandersville, Washington County High School. The lead is extended to 20-14. Middle Georgia on top, down low, nearly a lob pass. Shot is up and good, however, by the Canes, Jalen Cameron. That cuts into the lead. It's 20-16. Middle Georgia up by 4. As we approach 10 minutes, we're halfway home here in this first half of action. Got plenty of room. Come on out here at the Storm Dome for the home opener. Middle Georgia swings it around. They get it down low inside to their big man Glover. Glover, turnaround jumper. The left-hander's up and good. Demiria Glover from Monticello, Georgia. And it's back to a 6-point lead at 22-16. Canes trail. 9:40 and counting. 3-pointer on the way by the Canes is no good. Boards are battled for. Big scramble. And there's a whistle as a quick timeout, I believe, was called by Middle Georgia, or was it a foul? Let's see. It's going to be a foul. Foul will be on the Canes' number 1, Jalen Cameron. That will be his second. That will be Cameron's second. All right, they're tending to Jamari Dean. They're seeing he can stay in while they tend to a leg injury. I think they're giving them time for them to tape him up, and he'll come back to the court. Yes, they will. It'll be Cane ball on the side. So evidently the foul was on number 1 for Middle Georgia instead of the Canes. So that's the way it works out to the Canes' benefit. Stifling defense so far by Middle Georgia. Canes can't get anything inside. The easy stick back won't go. Big rebound by the Canes, and now we got a jump ball down low, I believe. The officials are trying to separate players. One player from each team refuses to give away the basketball. And now the officials step amongst the players. I don't know whether a foul was called, or is it? Let's see. If I understood the official, he just called the foul on black 1, which would be Glover. So they'll come back the other way. The official reported to the scores table. That's one of the advantages of being on this side. Before, you just had to wait for it to be told, but the official told the scores that foul is on black 1. Middle Georgia's in black with white stripes and white numbers. Canes in their home white, blue with the gold numbers. And Jalen Cameron's going to come out. And it was going to be foul number 2 on Demiria Glover for Middle Georgia. So Canes control underneath. Long pass comes in to Higgs. Higgs back to Whitley. They swing it around. Back to Whitley. Whitley, 3-pointer attempt in and out. Canes cannot buy a 3 right at this moment. 9 minutes to play here in the first half. 22-16, Middle Georgia on top. Middle Georgia's Smith works the left wing, looking for some help. Bounces it down low. Their big man trying to turn around, goes off the glass too hard. And big scramble for the rebound comes away to Higgs. Higgs on a breakaway, dishes off, and is put back in by the Canes 21 Dial with his first 2 of the night. 22-18, 4-point lead now for Middle Georgia. Canes have turned up the defensive intensity here in the past few possessions for Middle Georgia. The long 3-pointer won't go. Higgs again with a rebound. Higgs dishes off to Whitley. Whitley quickly into the front court. They go right side, back out top to Whitley. trying to work it down inside. Can't get it in there. Good defense by Middle Georgia. They swing it around, left wing, back to Whitley at the top. Now cutting across, turnaround jumper won't fall for Higgs. Boards controlled by Middle Georgia. 8 minutes left to play first half. Middle Georgia, Jawan Smith, he brings it down. He picks up his dribble, trying to get it down low inside to Pashas. Pashas turnaround jumper. Let's see what they're going to call. Basket is good by Pashas. That'll be his first 2. And a foul on the play was this time on Jalen Cameron, and it was his second for sure. And we have another timeout on the court. Got 2 attempts. Neither one was close. Surge comes up for his one and only shot and drained it. 24-18, a 6-point lead for the Middle Georgia Knights, the home opener here in the Storm Dome for the Hurricanes. Hurricanes are 1-0 early in the season with a win earlier this week over Fort Valley State. At the line is Jose Pashas. Pashas will have 1 shot attempt, and he missed it. Lead continues to be 6 for Middle Georgia. Canes had the lead early. Middle Georgia's just played stifling defense. Canes move the ball around. They work the left side. Back down low in the lane, looking for some help. Bounce pass, and we've got a kicked ball by Middle Georgia. It'll be Cane ball underneath, 20 seconds on the shot clock. So they'll reset, 7:28 to play in the game. Pass comes in to Cameron. Cameron to Whitley, back to Cameron, down in the corner to Solomon Thomas. They get it down inside, off the glass, up and good by Jalen Cameron. That time they got a little crease in that stifling defense. Cameron laid it off the glass. 24-20, Middle Georgia on top. They work it down low. Shot is partially blocked. Rebound, however, is controlled by the Canes. Quickly into the front court is Jalen Cameron. Cameron pulls it over to the corner for a 3. It finally falls for Solomon Thomas. It's 24-23. Middle Georgia now by 1. Out top to Anthony Edwards for Middle Georgia. He bounces it down low inside to Graham. Graham back to Edwards. Edward drives, picks up his dribble, back to Graham. Graham's shot is no good. Big scramble, but the Canes come away with it. Whitley quickly in their front court. Pass is knocked away from behind, but right to the Hurricanes, Solomon Thomas. Back on top to Whitley to set up the play. 18 on the shot clock. 6:16 here in the game. Back to Whitley, and the hands in the passing lane distracted the Canes, and the pass goes off the hands of a Hurricane. It will remain Middle Georgia ball as it goes out of bounds. Again, they refigured the floor here at the Storm Dome. You got bleachers in front of the scorers table, and now you've got two
At Zaxby's, chicken and delicious go hand in hand, as in hand-breaded, hand-seasoned, and handmade to order. There's only one place you can get chicken like that: Zaxby's.
At the home opener here on the Storm Dome. 24-23, however. Middle Georgia trying to ruin the home opener. Middle Georgia gives up the dribble to the big man Graham. Now he gives it back out top to Edwards. Edwards swings it around to Lockett. Lockett back to Edwards. Edwards down low to Graham. Graham spins. Right-hander jumper won't go. Long rebound comes down to the Canes into the front court. Passes partially blocked and recovered by Middle Georgia. And nearly a steal by Whitley in the lane. Short jumper, too much. And the Canes come away with this rebound. Long pass down. Layup is good by the Hurricanes, number 21, Abdul Dial. 25-24, Canes have regained the lead. Out top to Pashis. Pashis hits it over for a long three-pointer. Boards controlled again by the rebound by the Canes. Into the front court is Dial. Dial dishes off left wing behind the three-point line. Now he's going to drive. It's Jalen Cameron who's checked back in during the timeout. Back out top now to Kalen Whitley, who will set up the offense. 13 on the shot clock. 4:50 on the game clock. Inside to Jamari Dean. Short jumper off the back of the iron is no good. Boards controlled by Middle Georgia's Anthony Edwards. Edwards quickly in the front court. Over to Graham, big guy, out top. Going to try a long jumper well outside his range. Whitley comes away with a rebound. Whitley's going to drive. He dishes over, but we're going to have a whistle underneath. A charge called against Kalen Whitley. That'll be his first. And it'll be Middle Georgia ball. Canes lead it at the moment, 25-24, in a back-and-forth affair here in the home opener. 4:26 on the game clock. It'll be Middle Georgia ball underneath the Canes. And now the official has been summoned to the scorers table. They will inbound underneath the Hurricanes goal to our right. Hurricanes home side is to our left here at this newly reconfigured floor where the media and everybody's all together with the scorers table and everything. Just one huge long table. And then the team's benches just to each end of the big scorers table. The rest of the area is filled now with bleachers for the students to sit on. Something quite different than years past. 4:15 left to play here in the first half. Canes holding on to a 25-24 lead. Playing man-to-man defense. On a drive is Owens for Middle Georgia. His shot is no good, but we got a whistle underneath on the rebound. It'll be the foul on Chancellor Lockett. That will be his first. Each team with 4 total team fouls. That's the first foul. 4 minutes exactly left to play in the first half with the Canes holding a slim 25-24 lead. Down low to Dean. Dean being pressured, trying to back his way in. Dean off the back of the iron. Good. It falls for Jamari Dean. First points by Dean probably in about the last 10 minutes. They have really been working him inside. On a drive now. Great defense by the Canes on the other end. Shot is going to be off the iron. Stink back and blocked by Dean. Nearly saved by the Hurricanes. Great hustle by Solomon Thomas. And we have another timeout on the floor. 27-24, back in 30 seconds. screen here at the Storm Dome. Surge is walking around with a birthday cap on. So here we go. Both teams getting their final instructions, and they head back to the floor. 3:28 left to play here in the first half. It's a 27-24 Canes lead at the moment. A back and forth affair. The Canes had the lead for the first couple of minutes. Middle Georgia had it, then it was back and forth, back and forth. Middle Georgia opened up a 6-point lead, and the Canes have gone on a little scoring spree of their own to take their own 3-point lead at 27-24. It'll be Middle Georgia ball to inbound. Will be number 10, Owens. Owens looking for some help, finally gets it into Pashas. Pashas out top to Cummings, who checked in the timeout. And now there's an elbow thrown by number 3, Chancellor Lockett. And Lockett will be whistled for his second. It'll be Canes ball underneath the Knights goal. Walking the ball down, Solomon Thomas. Thomas has Higgs on the floor with him. Inside to Dean. Pass is knocked away by Pashas. They tried to work it inside to Jamari Dean, the 6'6 sophomore from Ellenwood, Georgia. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounds comes in to Dean. Dean goes up high. Short jumper's good. Jamari Dean with back-to-back points. He now has 10 in the game. Canes extend the lead to 29-24. Under 3 to play. Out top is Edwards for Middle Georgia. He's being harassed, and there's a whistle by Terrence Evans. And it's going to be a foul against Terrence Evans, who also checked in during the timeout. Sophomore from Stockbridge, Georgia. Owens to trigger the inbounds. Comes in to Edwards, who slipped and almost didn't catch it, but he recovered. And now they set up their offense. Out top is Cummings. Cummings bounced it off his foot. Canes recover into the front court is Dial. Dial is going to walk. I think, let's see. We got away with one, I do believe. Dial's shot did go in. And that would be 6 points for Dial, and he'll get the opportunity to make it a old-fashioned 3-point play. That foul was called on Owens. That is his first, team 6th. Free throw is good by Dial. And the Canes have extended their lead now to 32-24. They have opened up the defensive intensity. Short jumper off the glass is good by Middle Georgia, making it a 6-point Canes lead, 32-26 with 2:15 left to play, first half. Canes into the front court, lob it into Dean. Dean gives it go, off the glass, good by Solomon Thomas. 34-26. Middle Georgia in the front court, right in front of us. Owens in the corner to Lockett. Lockett back out top to Edwards. Edwards shuffled his feet, got away with it. Edwards on a drive, and it's blocked by the Canes. Dean comes away with it. Pass down in the corner. Or back to Dean, but the pass is stolen by Middle Georgia. Now the breakaway dunk and a 3-point attempt for Middle Georgia. Anthony Edwards took the long pass down, and probably not a wise foul to take by the Canes Dial. It was his first, but it's a 3-point opportunity for Anthony Edwards. Edwards gets one. At the moment, it's 34-28. 1:37 left to play first half. Edwards takes his own sweet time and missed it. Canes come away with a rebound. Canes now slow it down. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Pass in the corner to Evans. Evans to Whitley back to Evans, down low to Dean. Dean turns around and throws it into the backcourt, throws it away. They were trying to run a play, and Dean, I think, was thinking somebody was going to cut, and they went the other way. His pass went out of bounds, so Middle Georgia will inbound right in front of the new student section on the floor. 1:15 left to play first half. Canes lead it 34-28. Largest lead has been 8 points by the Canes. Largest lead by the Knights has been 6. Jalen Smith Jawan Smith, excuse me. Smith tries the line drive three-point. His shot won't fall. Coming away with a rebound is Jalen Cameron. Cameron now gives it up to Solomon Thomas, and the Canes will want and get a timeout. 51 seconds left to play.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year,
We're going to be joined at halftime by Director of Athletics Mike Leader to talk about what is all going on here at Georgia Southwestern. Canes number 21, Dial, looking for some help. He picks up his dribble, gets it from Dean, now back out top. Middle Georgia extending their defense. And Dial got away with a elbow. Jamari Dean, his stick back won't go, but the follow by Devin Higgs is good. Canes got away with an elbow. The officials just didn't see it, I don't believe. Worked out well. Three-pointer attempt won't fall for the Knights. Dean again comes away with a rebound. All right, I'll make that number 1, Cameron. Now back to Cameron. Cameron leans in and is going to be called a foul against Middle Georgia. A shooting attempt. That foul will be on number 3, Chancellor Lockett, who's picked up 3 quick fouls here in about the last 4 minutes of the game, and it's going to put Jalen Cameron at the free throw line for the first time tonight, shooting 2. Cameron's first is no good. He will get one more. Canes lead it 36-28. An 8-point lead, and it's still 80s. He missed both. Middle Georgia, let's see, there's a whistle on the battle for the rebound. It'll be on number, I missed the number. And it's on, it's okay. It's on Pashas for Middle Georgia, and this time it's going to put Devin Higgs at the line to shoot 2. Higgs first is good. As Joe Dean used to say years ago on TV, nothing but string music. Didn't even draw iron. Gonna get the second. 1.9 seconds. All that's left to play in the first half. Second one off the front of the iron, and that should be the end of the first half. And it is. So far, so good. Canes with a 37-28 lead here at halftime. Back after this timeout on 94 Sports.
A tradition in Americus since 1915.
Well, you know what? First things first, Serge. We've got a couple of surprises for you. Serge recently was over at Harvey's Supermarket, and he was working hard trying to work with the softball team and Harvey's and the local firefighters to get canned good donations. And while he was doing that at Harvey's, he made a friend. And Serge, your new best friend, is here tonight to help celebrate with you. At this time, we'd like to introduce Sparky.
Your sound system works, I can tell you that.
Sparky's here tonight.
It is loud. It's also bright in here.
Your firefighting.
$300,000 worth of lights.
Sparky, Serge,
We got about 2 minutes left, and we can.
That's fine.
Student athletes met their goal. They got over 1,200 cans donated this holiday season. So congratulations
Yes,
to all of them.
we're rolling.
1,200 cans of food.
The hitting facility, we broke ground there. I don't know if you saw the construction out there. It's already started.
2,000 cans of food.
Yes,
Thanks to
well,
the
yes.
efforts along the way.
Yeah, that's
Buddy
right.
friendship has
Not the
evolved.
memorial yet.
We've also got another old-time friend. Of
What you need to do
Serge's
is buy that little piece of
He's
property
just
just
down
as you
the
turn in
road.
off a Felder down
Our
here
leader from
and put like a Georgia
South
Southwestern
Louisiana
welcome
is here
something there.
tonight.
We would like to, we should have bought, we had a chance to buy all those
Gentlemen.
apartments and stuff when Kendall was still the president, and he tells me all the time that's the biggest mistake he ever made, was that we
Look at
could have had that whole street.
Nice. All right. So now with our two mascot friends here that are here, I think we've got our group here. Serge, it wouldn't be a birthday party. I know James did a pretty good job, but we've got a few more folks here that would like to sing to you tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, if you would indulge me, let's sing
Is it
a little
a
bit of Happy
15-minute
Birthday
halftime
one
now, or have I
time to the
missed
big
15?
10-year-old
Okay.
Serge, our GSW mascot. I'll get it started. Follow along here and help me out. Serge, a 1, a 2, a 3. Happy birthday to that. Happy birthday to. Happy birthday.
37-28 is your halftime score. The Canes on top, joined by Director of Athletics Mike Leader. In the house that Mike Canes leading 37-28. Anthony Edwards into the front court. Now they work the left side. Number 1 on the drive is blocked by the Canes, and they try to save it out of bounds, but it will be Middle Georgia ball with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Canes was great defense in the last 4 minutes, trying to continue that same intensity. Second half. I leaned on my cough button. The pull-up jumper is going to be good by Anthony Edwards. So that is his first 2. And the lead is cut to 7. It's 37-30. Underway here in the second half. About 40 seconds into the second half. Give and go from the Canes back to Kalen Whitley. Give the assist to Jamari Dean. And the Canes have their first bucket in the second half. Canes continue to play great man-to-man defense. Middle Georgia had an easy time of it there early in the game, but the Canes turned up that intensity, and it has continued. A long three-pointer won't go by Middle Georgia. That was number 10, Owens. He shot that from NBA 3 into the corner. Bounce pass inside to Dean. Dean's left-hander is too hard. Boards controlled by Graham. Into the front court. And a scoop and score, if you will, by Anthony Edwards. Edwards has the first 2 points, or first 4 points. First 2 buckets. I'll get it all out. By Middle Georgia to start the second half. Solomon going to drive, dish, nice pass. Shot is blocked, but it's going to be a foul on the play. That will be on number 3, Chancellor Lockett. That will be his first of the second half. And it's going to put, I believe, Jamari Dean at the line, who's wincing a little bit. He had to have knee taped up in the first half. I don't know whether that's he's a little slow as the shot was blocked. I don't know whether he landed funny or what, but he's going to get a 2-shot opportunity. First one is good. Did not go to the line in the first half. He's 1 of 1 so far. He can make it again, a 9-point lead. Shot is up. A lot of air under it. It's good. 41-32, 18 minutes to play in the ball game. Canes on top. Middle Georgia works it out top. Now double team in the corner. We got a whistle. That foul will be on number 3, Solomon Thomas. That will be his first here in the second half. A non-shooting foul, so Middle Georgia will inbound on the side in front of their bench.
He's coming up to get a catch.
It will be Owens to trigger. Comes in, a give and go from the big man Graham back to Owens. Graham gets it back. He dishes down low. Stick bag reverses up and in by Pashas. It's 41-34. Lead cut to 7. Kalen Whitley crosses the timeline quickly. He's down low, hand in the passing lane by Pashas, knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Cane ball underneath their bucket. Got 20 seconds on the shot clock. Home opener here at the Storm Dome tonight. Whitley to trigger. Comes in to Solomon. Solomon's 3 off the iron, but we got the nice bounce. Thomas with a 3, and Canes quickly down court. Knocked the pass, they thought, off of number 15, Daniel Cooper, but officials say it will remain Middle Georgia ball. Middle Georgia looking for some help. Bounce pass comes into Glover. Glover, left-hander shot it hit every piece of the iron and finally falls through. So it's 44-36, an 8-point Cane lead. Whitley crosses the timeline, kicks it back out for a three, won't fall this time for Jalen Cameron, and Middle Georgia comes away with it. And now there's a shot attempt by number 24, Pashas. His shot won't go, but they're going to call a blocking foul against the Canes, Jalen Cameron. That will be his first. So second here. So he picked up 2. The first attempt by Pashas is good. And he'll get one more. 44-37. 16:57 to play. Second one is no good. Cameron Skies for the rebound. Whitley into the front court. Got his instructions from Coach Coombs. Canes swing it around. They work the right wing. Cameron looking for some help. Picks up his dribble. Now he's in the lane. He shot off the glass. Won't go, but they're going to call a 2-shot opportunity as he leaned in. That foul is on Pashas, number 24. And it's going to put Jalen Cameron at the line. That is the second foul on Pashas. The first attempt is no good by Jalen Cameron. He was 0 for 2 in the first half. Now he's 0 for 3. Let's see if he can make it 1 for 4. 16:36 to play. Canes lead it 44-37. Make that 45-37 as he got the second. Canes quickly back on defense. Edwards walks it down, dishes up to Cooper, who is checked in for Middle Georgia. Out top to Cummings. Long three-pointer off the front iron. Pashas, nice pass underneath, back to Glover for the lay-in, good. 45-39, the lead is down to 6. 16:05 left to play in the ball game. Glover gets help from Solomon, down low, double team, and a foul for a block. I believe will be Pashas, and that'll be his third. Oh, they're going to call it on 1. Demaria Glover. And we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in 60 on 94 Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would direct your attention to the big screen. GSW Hall of Famer Philip Brown has a message for Surge. But first, Christina and Brandon are out. We've got the GSW Athletic Department t-shirts coming your way. All right. All right, so we'll direct your attention back to the big screen for our birthday wishes from... Here come the Lady Canes, 3-0!
So we are out of the timeout. I think they changed the foul, during the timeout. They called it on Glover. That'll be his third. And the Canes will inbound underneath their bucket. Glover, Whitley rather, to trigger the inbound. Comes in to Dial. Nearly control, and I think he missed. I think the Knights got last touch of the ball, but they said Southwestern did. So the Knights can continue to cut into the lead. It's 45-39. Canes on top. 15-40 and counting in the ball game. Owens bounces down low. Nice defense by the Canes. And they nearly turn it over. Long pass down, and it's nearly stolen, but the Canes recover. Whitley in the corner to Cameron, back to Whitley out top. Now they'll set up, 18 on the shot clock. Whitley spins in the lane, dishes off to Cameron. Cameron has his pocket pick. It's a breakaway and a dunk by Edwards. And the lead is 45-41 as we hit 15 minutes left to play. Canes up by 4. They have led by as many as 9. Canes. Dial has his shot blocked. Last touch by Middle Georgia. So the Canes will inbound underneath. Dial, a 6'4" senior from West Palm Beach, thought he got fouled. Solomon Thomas to trigger the inbound. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounds comes in to Higgs, who checked in. Higgs to Cameron. Back to Thomas. Thomas swings it around. On a leaner in the lane. And it's going to be Middle Georgia ball, they say. Now the officials confer it's going to stay Southwestern. They got that one right. So it'll be Southwestern ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 14:39 to play first in the ball game. Inbounds comes into Higgs. Higgs stops. Left-handed off the glass is good. Devin Higgs. First 2 of the second half. Into the front court. Anthony Edwards. Edwards dishes. Knights swing it around. Now drive baseline. Pulls up. And he took steps. No, they're going to call a foul against Southwestern. I thought he drug his foot. Foul is on number 21, Dial. And that'll be his second. Inbounds comes in to Cooper. Cooper had it knocked out of bounds. Knights will have 18 seconds on the shot clock. We've got 14:16 left to play. And got a technical foul called on number 1, Jalen Cameron. So that is going to be a technical against Jalen Cameron for something that occurred after the ball was knocked out of bounds. Dial's going to check out, and Whitley's back in. Owens will trigger in front of the new student bench around midcourt. Knights will have 18 seconds on the shot clock. They haven't put a foul up on the board. Into the game now is Juwan Smith for Middle Georgia. Smith looking for help, nearly lost it. Goes right, however, into Glover. He loses control, and the Canes are quickly in the front court. And we're going to have a whistle for a block against Middle Georgia's 0, Michael Graham. For Graham, that is his second personal foul. And it's going to put Devin Higgs at the line, shooting 2. First one is off the back of the iron, no good. And he'll get one more. Canes lead it by 6. He can make it 7 with 13:59 to play. The second one, the left-hander shot is off the front of the iron, but the boards are controlled by the Canes, and now his pocket is picked up by Juwan Smith. Smith to Edwards. Edwards wraparound won't go. Graham, and he's blocked, but there's a whistle on that. That foul will be a reach-in on the Canes number 3, Solomon Thomas. For Thomas, that will be his second. And it's going to put Michael Graham at the line, shooting 2. First one is good. First time he's been to the free throw line tonight. Number 12 checks in, Nick Cummings. And the second one is good again. Graham, 2 for 2. The only 2 attempts tonight. The Canes lead is down to 4, 47-43, 13-40. Double teamed at midcourt. There's a breakaway on a drive and a dunk by Jalen Cameron. The lead is back to 49-43. Into the front court, down low, baseline. Graham, turnaround, won't go. Boards controlled by the Canes. There's a scoop, no score, but a whistle. Solomon Thomas tried for the underhand scoop. That will be a foul on number 2, Jawan Smith. And that is his first. And it's going to put Solomon Thomas at the line for the first time tonight. Crowd continuing to roll in. First one is good. Solomon 1 of 1 at the line so far. The lead is back to 7. It's 50-43. He can make it an 8-point lead once again if the bucket is good. Now they're giving him the ball, so we'll see what he can do. And he's 2 for 2. 13-13 to play in the ball game. Canes lead it 51-43 over a very good and scrappy Middle Georgia Knights team. Oh, nearly a steal, and it should have been a steal, but Jawan Smith went down, and they're gonna call a shoulder. He got him with the shoulder. I'm not sure if you call that a shoulder foul or what. And that foul is going to be on the 1, Jalen Cameron. That is his 4th. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Middle Georgia will have to trigger in front of the students at midcourt. It'll be Chancellor Lockett from Bascom, Florida to trigger. Comes into Jawan Smith. Smith going to drive. Now he backs it out. Back to the top of the key. He dishes over to Anthony Edwards. Edwards drives, pulls up, jumper, no good. Boards controlled, however. Graham's stick back won't go. This time, the Canes control. Bringing the ball down is Dial. Dial gives it back up to Whitley. Whitley cross court to Thomas. Thomas gives it up to Higgs. Back to Thomas on a drive. Good. Solomon Thomas. Canes need to turn up the defensive intensity again. The lead is 10, the largest for the night for the Hurricanes. Nearly a steal. Well, they're going to call a reach-in foul, I believe, on Solomon Thomas. Oh, they're going to call it on foul, Whitley. That should be the second on Whitley. That is the 6th team foul. And school board says 7. PA guy said 16 fouls. And it looks like it'll be a 1-and-1 for Chancellor Lockett. That was the second personal foul on Kalen Whitley, the junior guard from Augusta, Georgia. Shooting will be Chancellor Lockett. So, they were trying to pull one, I think. They had Lockett at the line. Then they moved him, the officials did, and put in number 2, Smith. Smith said, I wasn't the one that was fouled. And the officials conferred and checked with the scores table. It will indeed be Chancellor Lockett shooting the 1-if. First is good. Lockett has 4 points. He had a 3-pointer in the first half. That was his only points. 53-44, 12:07 to play. He can cut the lead, and he did. He's 2 for 2 from the line. And now Middle Georgia with full court pressure. Canes break that full court pressure. Higgs in the front court is double from behind. Timeout. Good heads up play by the Hurricanes to call a quick timeout. So the Hurricanes will take a I believe it's going to be Higgs to trigger. There's the whistle, and nearly a steal by Nick Cummings, but that's a no-no. He stepped on the line when he stole it. So they're going to do it all over again. The officials are explaining something about timeouts or whatever.
Timeout, guys. 112 media timeout. Benches.
Okay, so we have a media timeout. We're going to take it as well back after this 60 on 94 Sports.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
.45 is your score. Canes maintain a lead here in the second half. Middle Georgia is in the bonus situation.
Thank you to our GSW Pregame for those birthday wishes to Serge. He heard them. Happy birthday, Serge.
Okay, so they're discussing about the media timeout. So the Hurricanes switch inbounders, and this time Solomon Thomas got it in quickly to Whitley. Whitley going to drive and nearly lost it. Dishes. Canes run it down. Solomon Thomas. Thomas pulls up with a long three, and it won't go, but the Canes clear off the long rebound. They'll reset the shot clock. Or they should have reset the shot clock. May not have drawn iron. Turnaround jumper is up and good by Jamari Dean, however. I thought that was Dean that made that shot. So anyway, the Canes up by 10, 55-45. Middle Georgia into the front court. This time it's a three-pointer off the front iron. Long rebound tracked down by Solomon Thomas. He dishes over to Kalen Whitley. Whitley in the corner to Abdul Dial. They swing it around to Higgs. And now they get it into Jamari Dean. Dean, his three-pointer is good. It's 58-45. 10 minutes, 35 seconds to play. Coach Coombs telling them to play defense. Out top, long three-pointer by Middle Georgia's Nick Cummings is good, and Middle Georgia's going to call a quick timeout, stopping the clock with 10:27 to play. We're going to take a full 60.
At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded chicken, unless it's hand-breaded chicken with sauce. From sweet to savory, mild to wild, even that world-famous Zax sauce. Whatever you're craving, we've got the sauce at Zaxby's. At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded.
It'll be Cane ball. Canes will get the inbounds. Long pass. They got to cross midcourt, and they do so. Solomon Thomas, he drives, dishes, three-pointer from the corner. It's good. Abdul Dial, though, the three. 61-48. A 13-point lead, the largest of the night for the Canes. Turnaround in the lane. Shot is up and good by Michael Graham. Foul is on number 11, Jamari Dean. For Dean, that is his second.
Jamari Dean, second personal, 8-10-5.
And at the line, shooting one more, is Michael Graham. Graham is 2 for 2 and make that 3 for 3 at the line tonight. So evidently the shot was not good because he's shooting 2 for a full-point attempt.
2 for 2 from the free throw line.
So he was 2 for 2, so it's 61-50, an 11-point Cane lead. Canes break the full court pressure. Jamari Dean, lob pass, The tip-in is good by Jalen Cameron. 63-50, 9:45 to play. Canes on top. Graham got his man in the air, and he tripped over the foot of Jamari Dean. Official said he kicked him, but he just tripped over the foot of Jamari Dean. That is the third team foul, or the third foul, personal foul, and it's going to put Graham, who's perfect at the line tonight. See if we can jinx him. Nope. He's now 5 of 5 from the free throw line. And now the second attempt. Second attempt is good. Michael Graham is 6 of 6 at the free throw line tonight. The lead is 11 at 63-52, 9.5 to play. Higgs to Solomon Thomas. Thomas picks up his dribble, back out to Higgs. Higgs just hands it off to Jamari Dean. Dean off to Dial. His three-pointer is tracked down in the corner by Middle Georgia's Daniel Cooper. Into the front court quickly is Jawan Smith. Down low baseline. He kicked it, but it's recovered. Now he throws it away, but the Knights Chancellor Lockett runs it down before it crosses midcourt. 13 on the shot clock. Canes playing good defense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jawan Smith pulls up and won't fall, but rebound comes down to number 12, and now there's a battle underneath. Foul is going to be called on the Hurricanes' number 2, Devin Higgs, who is checked in. That'll be the second on Devin Higgs. And it's going to put Graham at the line again. He's perfect from the night. Still is 7 of 7. 7 of 7 from the free throw line is Michael Graham from Stone Mountain, Georgia, the 6'6 senior.
That one guy kicked my ass. One. Rest of them suck. If you stop him, we win the game.
The second one is good. He's kept Middle Georgia in it, that's for sure, because he is perfect from the line. He's 9 of 9 so far. 63-54, a 9-point Cane lead with 8:30 left to play. Canes throw it away. Cameron tried to throw cross court, and Solomon Thomas went towards the baseline instead of back towards midcourt. It'll be Middle Georgia ball as we're under 8.5 to play here tonight. Pass is nearly stolen and is stolen by the Canes defense. Dial and count the bucket, and Dial is going to get a blocking foul called against Middle Georgia. Let's see who they're going to call that foul on. That's the thing. Foul is going to be on who, ref? Foul is on number 10, Owens. That should be his second. So somehow or another a technical foul was called against the Canes for something. I can't understand what the official is explaining to Coach Combs. They call a technical foul on Jamari Dean, who was standing right next to Coach on the sidelines, but the official said it occurred during the play. So they go down and let Anthony Edwards shoot a free throw where he misses the technical foul. Coach is asking for an explanation about what happened. The second one is good. Edwards is 1 of 3 at the line. It's 65-55. And now it'll be Abdul Dial trying to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. So Dial takes aim, and it's off the back iron. Graham controls the Knights into the front court quickly. They trail by 10. This is Graham on a drive. Graham's shot is short. Canes come away with a rebound. Dial clears it. And Dial walks it down. Gets it into the hands of Solomon Thomas. Thomas in the corner. Three-pointer off the glass. Boards controlled by the Hurricanes. Higgs rather. His shot is blocked. No foul was called on that. How do you not call a foul when you got about 4 people battling for a loose ball and a stick back? I don't know. Middle Georgia in the front court. Edwards underhanded scoop won't go. Canes come away with it, and there's a steal back by Middle Georgia. They got a fresh shot clock. Three-pointer on the way by the Knights won't go. Dial clears it. Long pass down, and there's going to be no foul, but they say it was knocked out of bounds by Michael Graham. And we have a timeout on the floor, I do believe. Quick 30-second timeout call for by the Canes. The lead is 10, 65-55. 7-12 left to play in the game, the home opener tonight. Newly reconfigured Storm Dome. Students have bleachers put on the floor at midcourt and underneath the bucket to our right, because we have a brand new scores table where media, scores table, people, PA, everything is all at one huge table. Each team is to each end of the scores table. So therefore, let's see here. So we're doing good so far. 7-12 left to play. Got to make some adjustments. If you're coming into the game, Storm Dome for the first time, we got brand new lights, super bright here on the court, and a new sound system is super loud. Canes will trigger underneath their bucket. Comes in, three-pointer by Solomon. He's knocked down, but no foul is called on the three-point attempt. Middle Georgia controls the rebound. Pashis over to number 10, Owens. Three-pointer off the front iron. Kicks right down to Owens for Middle Georgia. He scores. And the lead is 65-57. Dial about to check back in. And Terrence Evans about to check back in for the Canes on the next timeout. Canes drive have missed the last couple of shots as Middle Georgia has crashed the boards to get back under a 10-point deficit, and they just missed a three. Canes come away with a long rebound. Long pass down to Solomon Thomas for the stop. Thomas with a bucket brings it back to a 10-point lead, 67-57. Middle Georgia blocked down low by Higgs. Her turnaround shot won't go. Again, the board's controlled by Devin Higgs. Into the front court quickly is Whitley. Whitley's last good. So the Canes 2 quick buckets. The lead is back up to 12. And we have a whistle And I think it's going to be a blocking foul against the Canes. Coach Scott Moe wants the bucket to count. Haven't seen what the officials, they're talking. The foul will be on number 5, Kalen Whitley. That is his third. What they're saying is, it was a block against the glass, and it's going to put number 5, Anthony Edwards, at the line, and he's good. So he completes a 3-point play. 69-60. The lead is down to 9. 5.5 to play. Kalen Whitley playing with 3 fouls. Got a screen. Whitley dishes in the corner for Dials. 3 off the iron. And boards controlled by Glover of Middle Georgia. Long pass nearly hit the official in the back of the head. 3-pointer banked off the glass is good. And all of a sudden it's 69-63. Jamari Dean's about to check back in, playing with 4 fouls. Nearly a steal. Dial on a drive. Dial hangs, had his shot blocked, and it's going to be Southwestern ball. I think we got away with a break there. Rashawn Dotson tried that. It'll be 18 seconds on the shot clock. 5:02 left to play in the home opener here. The Canes up by 6 at the moment, 69-63. Canes will go a little spurt, and all of a sudden, Middle Georgia comes right back. Canes nearly throw it away. It's tracked down in the backcourt by Terrence Evans. Evans drives. Evans is going to call a charge against Evans. He got mugged going up, but they're going to call him with a foul. It's the second for Devin Evans. 4:51 left to play, and it's 69-63. Edwards walks it down for Middle Georgia. Kick it out top to Cooper. Cooper down low to Glover. Glover threw an elbow trying to establish position, so he's whistled for the foul. Foul is on number 1, Demiria Glover from Monticello, Georgia. That is his 4th foul. So now he's playing with 4. And Jawan Smith checked back in. And now their big guy, Michael Graham's about to check back in. 4.5 to play. Canes up by 6. Solomon, left wing. Dishes off to Jamari Dean. Dean down low. Knocked away from behind to Higgs. Higgs back to Dean. On the drive is Whitley. His shot is blocked, but the stick back is up and good by Jamari Dean. And the lead is back to 8. It's 71-63. 4:05 left to play. Middle Georgia's Edwards in the front court. He's working the left wing. Now he drives, spins in the lane, and ball rolls out of bounds. They're saying last touch by Edwards. Canes with a great hustle. And I think it's Devin Higgs, as he was trying to play defense. He got tripped up, lost his footing, and he's a little woozy coming up. I think he hit his head. So we're going to have officials stop play just momentarily while they help Devin Higgs back to the bench. He just looks a little woozy here. They're going to have a media timeout. We'll take it as well. Back in 30 seconds on 94 Sports.
Here is where we're from.
Earlier in this half, the Lady Canes made their return from their trip to Columbus this afternoon, where they defeated Albany State 81-60, and I believe.
Here is where we learn relationships are worth more than dollars can measure. It's a value that grows over time, strengthens under pressure, and thrives when serving others. We're Synovus, and we're here for our community because we live here too. Synovus, the bank of here.
Two minutes, 36 seconds. Canes lead it 73-65. It's an 8-point lead for the Canes. Devin Higgs to trigger the inbounds. Higgs gets it in. Canes nearly has it stolen, and it is by Middle Georgia. Anthony Edwards on a drive. He stepped on the baseline. He spun one too many times. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left to play. It'll be Canes' ball again. This time they cannot run the baseline. They got to stand stationary to get it in. Official just told him you can't move. Inbounds comes in to Dial. Dial passed into the front court is Solomon Thomas. So the Canes will set up the offense with 22 seconds on the shot clock. Cameron to Dean. Dean looking for some help. Now going to drive. Short jumper won't go. Should have used the glass. The stick back is blocked from behind, but it's a foul by Paschus, and that should be his fourth. Well, they must have given it to somebody else. They got him as 3. Okay. It will put Jalen Cameron at the line to shoot. The home opener is 2 minutes and 7 seconds away from being successful. First one, no good, off the back of the iron. Checking in for Middle Georgia's Daniel Cooper, a 6'3" sophomore from Warner Robins. Jalen Cameron from Florence, South Carolina will shoot the second. And it's no good, off the back of the iron. Graham clears it for Middle Georgia. Graham has been the difference for Middle Georgia tonight. He is something like 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Hit a three, a lot of points. Long three-pointer is good that time by Owens from Cordele. And it's 73-68. Canes lead it by 5. And now we have a full timeout called by Coach Combs to talk about it. Canes lead it by 5, back in 60 here on 94 Sports. It'll be Devin Higgs to trigger the inbounds. Higgs gets it in. Pass comes back to Higgs. Higgs looking for help. Now he gets it from Thomas, and they're saying he took steps. 1:38 left to play. Middle Georgia can cut into the lead further. Canes lead it 73-68. 1:38 left. Canes need to play that stifling defense that they ended the first half with here. Crowd gets into it. They just throw up a three. Long pass comes down to Solomon Thomas. Thomas stops, gives it up to Dial. Dial back over to Solomon Thomas now to set up the play. They can take off about 18 seconds off the clock. Give and go, nice give and go, and a stuff by Jamari Dean. That'll help. 60 seconds left to play. Jawan Smith drives, dishes. Middle Georgia can't hold the pass. Graham loses it out of bounds. It'll be Hurricane ball. 58 seconds left to play. The Canes up 75-68. Higgs to trigger the inbound. Devin Higgs gets it in to Dial. Dial gives it back to Higgs. Higgs over to Whitley. Whitley in the corner to Dial. Back to Whitley. And now a little touch foul is going to be called as Middle Georgia tries to stop the clock with 44 seconds. It's going to put Whitley at the free throw line. He is shooting 2. Both teams in the bonus. I guess roughly about the 8 or 9 minute mark of the second half. Whitley's shot is no good off the back of the iron. One more point makes it an 8-point lead or a 2-possession 3-possession game. He gets one more shot. And it's good. 76-68. Anthony Edwards quickly in the front court for Middle Georgia. He drives, hangs, foul underneath against the Canes. Tried a left-handed shot. It's a 2-shot attempt. Didn't see who the foul was on. Looks like it's going to be on is Devin Higgs. That is his 3rd personal. And now the new bleacher crowd making some noise on the free throw attempt. First is good. The left-hander Anthony Edwards from Atlanta, Georgia. The officials telling the students you can't be standing up, throwing things at him, or something to that effect. Now the students boo. And he got the second one as well. 76-70, a 6-point lead. It's a 2-possession game. Inbounds comes in to Jamari Dean. Dean has it knocked away from behind. Big scramble. It's going to be a jump ball, and it'll belong to the Canes. Got some quick hands. Got some quick hands by Middle Georgia. And the Canes will trigger the inbound again. And now we have a timeout called for by Middle Georgia. Game right now. Canes need to get it in. Some points would be good. Some points and some time off the clock would be even better. And now the officials talk amongst themselves about something. And now they go and talk to the 3rd official. Okay. I'm not sure what the discussion was over. We're not privy to that conversation. Canes to trigger the inbound. It comes in to Whitley. Whitley drives baseline. Whitley's pass into the front court is good. They pass it down low. Stick back is good by Jamari Dean. That should do it. 20 seconds. The shot is knocked out of bounds by Higgs. 18.3 seconds left. 18.3 seconds left, and the Canes lead it by 8, 78-70. Canes are going to win the season opener. Inbounds comes into Graham. Fadeaway jumper goes in and out. Stick back, however, is going to be good by Owens. And now with 11.9 seconds left and a 6-point lead, Middle Georgia's called.
At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded chicken, unless it's hand-breaded chicken with sauce. From sweet to savory, mild to wild, even that world-famous Zax sauce. Whatever you're craving, we've got the sauce at Zaxby's.
Turned out to be a rather boisterous crowd. Canes need to get the inbounds in. It'll be Jalen Cameron to trigger it. Comes in to Whitley. Whitley to Cameron. Cameron turns. Gets it to Solomon Thomas. Thomas to Jamari Dean. Dean gives it over to Whitley, and we had a foul with 3.5 seconds left to play by Anthony Edwards. Can't believe as much as he's been on the floor. That's the first foul by Middle Georgia's Anthony Edwards. And it's going to put Kalen Whitley at the line to shoot 2. 3.5 seconds left. He missed the first. Missed the first. We'll get one more. Again, 3.5 seconds left. Second one is good. 79-72. It's a 7-point lead. Anthony Edwards, Canes just let him shoot. And he hits the three-pointer. It goes in and out at the buzzer for your final score. Georgia Southwestern 79. Middle Georgia 72. These new lights are going crazy. It looks like we've been stopped by a big old cop car. They're flashing all over the place. We're going to take this timeout. Back after this here on 94 Sports. Do what now?